Hello and welcome back to the channel. It is Tuesday night and we are here with your weight loss tips to help you lose weight, keep it off, all the things. It's one of the things where weight loss can be simple, but it certainly isn't easy. If it was really easy, we would all be at our goal and we wouldn't be struggling. And so tonight I have 5 different tips to help you with weight loss motivation. How to be motivated, how to stay motivated, how to get motivated, how to use motivation to help you lose weight. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. If you are new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, which is right up here. And that way you will get alerted for tips, strategies. You won't miss things like we did last week where we made a healthy Snickers candy bar, which was all really good ingredients, super delicious, packed with protein, so good. Like you eat this Snickers bar and it's like a meal. It's so freaking good. Anyway, and things like next week where we're going to be talking about, will your loose skin ever go away after you're losing weight? So good stuff here on the channel. You want to make sure that you at least know about it. So you can do that by subscribing and ringing the notification bell up there. So, all right, weight loss motivation. So let's go ahead and dive in. Number 1, okay? And I have 5 different tips that we're going to tell you. And I will say number 5 has probably been my biggest key to long-term success. All of them are super important and have played a really big part in me not only losing the 161 pounds, but keeping it off. But number 5, gosh, this was what propelled me past those really hard times where I wanted to quit. But anyway, I just moved the camera. Number 1, don't do it by yourself. Do it with other people. Find a support group, hire a coach, get an accountability group, get a group of people that you're going to do this with. So often when it comes to weight loss, it can be like a really private thing that we try to do privately, that we don't want to tell other people about. We certainly don't want to coach with accountability. And for some reason, we think in our brain that we should be able to do it by ourselves, that somehow needing help or needing a group or needing a coach makes us weak. What I'm going to tell you is it actually makes you extremely smart, and it takes a strong person to say, hey, we're better together than I am by myself. And so it's the exact opposite of what we convince ourselves in our head. So number 1, don't do it by yourself. Do it with other people. The truth is, and if you would probably admit this, that you will quit on yourself long before you'll quit on other people. That you'll do more for other people than you'll do for yourself. So set yourself up to succeed. Doing it with other people helps keep you motivated. It keeps them motivated. It helps you hang on when you want to give up and you want to give in. And it is normal in the weight loss journey to want to give up and want to give in at some point. All right. Number 2, take your progress photos. Take your photos. So if you're watching this and you are starting a weight loss journey or restarting or thinking of starting, I get the fact that you don't want to take those photos. I get the fact that you might think nobody's ever going to see them. Why do I need to take them? You don't even want to see them. I completely get it. Listen, there's only 2 regrets that I have from losing the weight. And one of them is that I didn't take more photos. And when I finally started, here's the thing with progress. I was so glad that I finally did start. And I didn't say stubborn the whole time it took me to lose the weight, but take your progress photos because you see yourself in the mirror every single day. You see yourself. So you're not seeing yourself change. Like if all of a sudden you snapped your fingers and you woke up and you were 50 pounds down, then you would notice, wow, okay, I've lost weight. But since you're losing it incrementally, since you're losing it little by little, you get to see yourself every day. So there's not ever this drastic difference. And it can feel like you're putting in all this work and you're not seeing a huge result. It was always when I went back and looked at photos that I was like, wow, look at the difference. Look at my stomach, look at my arms, look at my butt, look at my stomach, look at my, look at my collarbones. Like, look at all these things that my eye wasn't seeing in the mirror. But when I looked at the photos, it was like, wow, there is a difference. I have lost weight. The scale, like you can totally tell. So take your progress photos. I recommend taking them weekly in the same spot, in the same outfit every single week. Just make it a part of your routine. Like pick a day. Tuesday used to be my day that I would take my photos. I would take my photos every single Tuesday, and I would look at them and go back and be like, okay, it helped me stay motivated to keep going. Number 3, just start. Just start. Thinking about starting doesn't get you motivated, but starting is your best shot to get motivated. So often, my kid's cat came in my office to find me. Oh, you want to say hello? This is Lucy. Say hi, Lucy. I call her Lucy Lou. Anyway, she's like, where are you at? I hear you talking. That's my daughter's cat, Lucy. All right. So often, like, we wait for the motivation bug to come find us. We wait for the motivation, like, to get motivated. If I just get motivated, Carmen, then I will start. Motivation, we can get inspired, but motivation actually comes like after the work. And so the best way to get motivated and stay motivated is just to get going. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for the perfect day. Like, just start. Just trying to rub up against the camera. You can't do that. Lay down. Can you hear her purring? The best interruptions, right? Anyway, so just start. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for the perfect diet. Don't wait. If you're watching this video and you want to lose weight, every imperfect start is better than waiting for the perfect start. All right? Number 4, it is about progress, not perfection. It is about progress, not perfection. And so here's, like, it's never about you being perfect when it comes to losing weight. Listen, I lost 161 pounds in 13 months not being perfect. And if you are expecting perfection, that kills off any motivation. What gives you motivation? Okay, you want to sit here? Fine, you can sit here. What gives you, she doesn't know what she wants to do. What gives you motivation is just keep going, to just start, to have some progress. What gives you motivation is to look at those progress photos and be like, wow, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I was. Look at this progress I've made in the last week. Look at this progress I've made in the last Look at this progress I've made in the last month. Look at this progress that I have made. And helping for you to realize that you've made progress is motivating, and it wants you, and it actually drives you to continue to want to make more progress. All right. What robs your motivation is waiting, focusing on perfection, and, you know, which is, you're never going to achieve it. You're never going to achieve perfection. So you might as well just get started and focus on the little things. It's never the big things that are going to get you to your weight loss goal. It's never the big things. It's stacking the little things on top of each other that's going to help you, like doing your meal prep, drinking your water, all of those things, moving your body 30 minutes a day, taking your progress photos, being with like-minded people. Though focusing on, like, making progress in those little areas is going to get you to where you want to go. Not the big, giant, huge things of like never eating sugar again. That's not going to get you there, nor is that sustainable. All right, number 5. I told you at the beginning that this was probably one of my biggest ones for keeping me motivated for where I was going. And that was my vision for my health, my vision for my goal, my vision for when I asked myself this question: if failure wasn't an option, what would my health look like? If failure wasn't an option, what would the size of my butt look like? If failure wasn't an option, what kinds of things would we do on date nights? If failure wasn't an option, what would the doctor say when I went to my checkup about my health? And so having a vision, listen, at some point along the journey, at some point along the road of you losing the weight, you're going to want to give up. You're going to want to give in. You're going to want to quit. It's going to get hard at points. You're going to want to eat the McDonald's versus the vegetables. You're going to want to eat the chocolate cupcake instead of the lean chicken, right? The grilled chicken. At some point, you're going to say, the heck with all this, just give me the fluffy food. And so what I'm going to tell you is your vision for where you're going is what is going to keep you motivated during those hard moments. Your vision for why you are fighting for you, why you are fighting so hard, why you are worth fighting for. Your vision is what's going to keep you going in the moments when you want to give up and you want to give in. Because most of the time you're strong. Most of the time you're like, yes, I can do this. We can do this. I'm worth it. But then we have these little tiny moments where we're like, this is hard. I just want the sugar. I just want the this. I just want the that. And so your vision is so important. And so I want you to ask yourself the question, if failure wasn't an option, 1 year from today, where would my health be? 5 years from today, where would my health be? If failure wasn't an option, if you had a fairy godmother and she could wave her magic wand, where would your health be? When you ask yourself that question, it's like, okay, start building a vision around that. You know, what would date nights look like? What would your wardrobe look like? What kind of clothes would you wear? What kind of activities would you wear? Would you go skydiving? Would you go horseback riding? What kinds of things would you do if you weren't worried about your weight? And your vision's going to start off little, but as you continue to water it, like having a Pinterest board of what you're going to wear, what you're going to wear next Christmas, what you're going to wear on your birthday, what you would pack on your next getaway with your spouse. If you have a vision for what those things look like, once that vision starts burning, my first 90 days of losing weight, I worked really hard on building my vision. I learned that through business. Through business, I learned that if I was, here's where I was, here's where I wanted to be, my vision was going to help me get there. My vision for where I wanted to be and for what I wanted to accomplish in life was going to help push me past the obstacles, right? And so I borrowed that from the business world and put it into my weight loss world. And it was like, okay, if this worked over here, I wonder if it'll work here. And what I can tell you is most of my struggles came within those first 90 days. When I didn't have a vision or when I was still building a vision. But once I built that vision of where I was going, once I built that vision of what I wanted my health to look like, I'm going to tell you, I was like a freaking freight train. Like there was nothing that was going to stop me. There was nothing that was going to slow me down. There was nothing that was going to get in my way. I was a woman on a mission. A woman on a mission. And for the first time in my life, it was the first time I didn't quit. I was always really good at getting started and then quitting and then finding something else, or getting started and then finding something else that looked simpler or easier or that it might work better. And then I'd go jump to that. Like that was me. That was my entire story when it came to weight loss, until I started working on my vision for my health. I started developing it. And that became like my rocket fuel. It became like my motivation. It helped me get motivated. It helped me stay motivated. And it for surely helped me push past those moments when I lacked motivation and I wanted to quit. And so what is your vision? And a vision is something, you know, you have to work on it consistently. It's not just like you do it once and you stick it in a drawer. No, you have to look at it, because when you look at it, when you read it, when you work on it, when you develop it, you start to almost, it's like you're writing the next chapter of your book. You're creating the woman or the man that you want to become in this next chapter, if that makes sense. And so those are my 5 best tips for staying motivated, for being motivated to lose weight, to keep losing the weight, and to keep the weight off. Next week, we are going to be talking about, will my loose skin ever go away? I had that question back in 2015 when I lost 161 pounds, and I was like, what is all this stuff? So I'm going to give you my best tips, my best tricks, and what I found. So we will be back next week, same time, same place. Have a great week.